Welcome back to another episode of Women Creating Legacy and Making History in Pensacola, Florida on the Two Tears in a Bucket Show podcast. I'm your host, Lynetta Renee, and in honor of International Women's History Month, we're shining the light on women whose leadership, vision, and words is shaping our community and is inspiring the next generation. Joining me today is a woman who represents leadership, purpose, and impact. She's the COO of Real Women Radio and an NAACP Youth Activist, inspiring the future generation and is creating change in the community. Through her work, her voice, and her commitment to others, she is building influence that goes beyond titles. Welcome to the show, Quanda QLaLa Pace. How you doing today?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good.
That was a dope intro.
You like that?
Mm-hmm. I was like, who's she talking about? I kept looking at you like, who? Is that me? No, I'm just playing. Yeah.
Okay, so now, I know you beyond this interview a little bit,
Yeah.
So now, do you want to be called Quanda Q or QLaLa?
Whichever you're comfortable with today. But don't nobody call me Quanda no more.
Nobody. Okay. Well, I'll be asking some Quanda and QLaLa questions anyway.
That's fine.
Okay.
I got alter egos. They are two different people.
Okay. But, I'm going to tell you one story, though, before we even get started. So when I first met you, it was at your birthday party.
Oh, really?
That's when the husband was performed.
No, I'm trying not. My husband?
No, mine.
I was going to say,
not mine.
My husband. Okay.
No, I'm talking about my husband performed at your birthday party.
Yes,
so that was the first time I met you. Yeah.
Okay.
So what always sticks in my mind is your intro song.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, QLaLa. So I always call you QLaLa.
Yeah.
So I guess that's when you talk to your homegirl. You're like, QLaLa.
Yeah.
Okay.
People sing it. Yeah.
So yeah, that always sticks with me every time I think about it.
Oh,
but
okay.
anyway,
that's cool.
Okay, so I'm gonna call you Q though. Q for short.
Okay.
Keep it quick and cute. Okay. So now Q. For those that do not know who you are, please let the people know. Give them a little snippet of who Quanda QLaLa Pace is.
Okay, I am a native of Fort Walton Beach, Florida. Born and raised, and coming from, I'm an only child. My mom's only child. My dad's not my dad's only child.
Okay.
So I'm my dad's third child out of 6. So
Okay,
I got 6 brothers and sisters. 5 brothers and sisters. But I'm my mom's only child, so everybody say I was spoiled, but I wasn't. I'm spoiled now, but I wasn't then.
Okay.
So I watched her do her thing as a single mom, and I admired it so much. I remember saying one day when I grew up, I wanted to be a single mom. And lo and behold, I grew up and I was a single mom sometime for a little while. But she and I both was blessed with husbands, so we didn't have to do that for long. But I am, like I said, from Fort Walton Beach, Florida. Since it's a small town, if you know, you know. Yeah. It's a tourist town, but we didn't have a lot of cultural things going on. So a friend of mine and I started a business, Pretty Unique Parties. I was always doing surprise parties or parties at my house. So we started decorating, and then we started doing. Then we separated, and she did that part, and I did production. Yeah. So then came QLaLa Productions.
Okay.
So I've always been like an entertainer, just wanting I don't like to be bored, and I don't like nobody else to be bored. So out of that came QLaLa Productions, and then a little radio, and then more radio. So then Real Women Radio. So.
Okay.
It's just, that's who I am.
You wear many hats, ma'am. You wear many hats. So with that being said, what drives you as far as your energy?
I just like I said, I like to see people unhappy. I don't like to see anybody bored. I like to make things better, and I like to connect people, places, and things. And I definitely have a passion for youth. My background is in early childhood education. I forgot to mention that. So when I was in high school, remember you used to, I don't know if y'all did that in Escambia County, but Okaloosa County, you can go to school half the day and leave the other half and go to Votech.
Well, I did that.
Okay. Our Votech had a pre-K. So that's what I did. And then after that, that's all I did until I was married with kids. And then I went into teenagers. So still was working with youth and did that for 20 years. So and then entertainment. They was on my squad too, though. They was passing out flyers.
Okay, I know that's right.
They was getting them work skills.
Listen, okay, so I knew I liked you for a reason, because the crazy thing is, so when I moved down here, my mom moved to Milton, Florida. Oh no,
yes,
Milton.
Yes.
Milton, Florida. Okay.
If you know, you know.
Oh, right, Santa Rosa County.
Yes.
But I do know about that program because I went to my 12th grade year being here. I went to school half the time, and then I went to I can't even remember the y'all forgive me. I can't even remember the school, but I took up early childhood education. Yes.
Fun?
And so, but I did it with babies because I didn't want to be with other kids.
I was pre-K.
I didn't want children that knew how to talk or because they know how to talk back. Right?
Yes, they do.
So I liked the babies. So okay, we got something in common.
Yep. You
I
was
know
in
I
for
like
some toddlers, and I was pre-K.
Okay. Okay. So as the COO of Real Women Radio, what role did you play as far as bringing the vision to life?
So when I came, I came right before the launch, and so I've been here since day one, since we launched. But when I came, I was a radio personality, so I didn't know anybody. I knew one person on the team, but when I met Nicole and Sharia, we clicked. Right away, we talked on the phone for like a couple hours. But I came on as a radio personality, so my show was called Doing the Most, and I didn't want to be boxed because I don't know, do the most. But it was supposed to be as a positive thing, doing the most. I want to talk to people in the community that's doing the most for their community, their kids, their business, or whatever. So did that for about almost 2 years, because then I started working in the background because I saw the vision. Like I saw where she was going with it, or where she, where her vision was, and just started being creative. We started doing the red carpets and getting out there and letting everybody know Real Women Radio. And every time you seen us, we had on a shirt. And somebody one time, they said they ain't never seen you outside of a shirt. When they saw us, I think we went to church or something. They was like, I ain't never seen you outside your Real Women Radio
branding.
shirt. Yes.
You was branding.
Yeah, so that was my favorite part, just branding and getting interviews and getting passes to go talk to celebrities and things like that. So yeah, getting drops and stuff like that. So yeah, back then I wasn't scared to talk to nobody.
Okay.
Yeah.
You ain't scared to talk to nobody now, y'all. If y'all see all these events that she's hosting, y'all will see she ain't shy to talk to nobody.
Yeah, because I could just visualize hearing the drop on the air, and I was like, oh, I gotta get it. I gotta get it.
See, gotta be part. That's what I like. That's what I like. Okay, so since you are on a platform that uplift women's voices, I mean, what does it mean to you to give women that platform to have a voice?
It's amazing. Like I said, her vision, Nicole's vision, was to show another side of Black women, and so I love that, and I always love just, like I said, flipping the script. So I like the ordinary person with extraordinary, skills and things like that. So we try to bring out the ordinary person and make them extraordinary. So I don't care if you was a lemonade stand, we want to interview you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you don't have to be like Cardi B to get an interview and make feel special. So that was I love that part. Just making people giving them an experience and making them feel special, and hearing the different stories, things that you think you know, but you didn't know from different point of views.
Right.
From women, men, children. Love it.
Okay, so I love that. Thank y'all for the 2 Tears in a Bucket show. Okay,
I gotta try to make the drop sound.
Listen, it's just that's why I'm doing this episode, for International Women's History Month here in Pensacola, because there's so many women that are not those Cardi B's and those Michelle Obamas, people that's up there, but they are making such an impact in the community and they're changing lives, because I've learned about a whole lot of history in Pensacola.
Yeah.
Like, I would have never known these people was even from Pensacola if I didn't get the history on it. And I was like, oh, well, these people have been making history for all these years, but there's more women that's coming up that is, making history here in Pensacola. So I just wanted to shine the light on women here in Pensacola, because I think that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Women are steady being empowered and to be pushed to be their best.
Yes.
And their greatest. And so I love that, especially my Black women. I'm not taking anything from any woman at all, because I'm happy that, because women wasn't able to vote once upon a time. You know, women, we had to be quiet, and as they said, we have to stay in our place. And who created that place?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So women to come around and create a place and a space for other women to be heard and seen. I love that.
Yeah, we're very nurturing. We just take in any and everybody and do it so naturally. So that's why we don't think about recognition most of the time. It's like, oh, that's just what I, you know what I'm saying? That's just what I do.
See, but y'all are doing what you love. You love community. You love people. And so you're shining the light on not just big name folks, but shining the light on everybody, because I don't call nobody the little, a little person, because everybody is somebody. So thank y'all for constantly doing that and constantly showing up and being out there in the community. Okay, listen, because y'all are attached to a lot of things, but y'all stay in the forefront, but y'all stay in the background, because like you said, y'all don't look for that recognition. So I love being a part of the RWR Live 365 family. Okay.
Yes, and we love you. I just want to say we are so proud. I'm so proud of you. We are so proud of you. Yeah, we talked about it the other day. I was like, I said, how Lynette interviewing me? What? She went from not saying nothing. We're like, you gonna do this commercial for us? She was like, I guess so. Then now lead. I love it.
Thank you. I had to step out that shell. I will say, being around you women, it really helped me to step out of my shell.
That's good.
And because there is so much unity and togetherness, and these women don't put you down for nothing. They going to build you up because they want to see the best. They want you to have the best, to be the best. And that's what I love about the Real Women radio station. So
meet people where they are.
There you go. All right, we're going to get back on track.
Okay. That's what I say when I mess up.
Okay, so you are a youth NAACP Youth Activist. Okay, so what inspired you to step into that space? I know you said you love children, you always had a passion for it, but what made you step into that space?
I missed working with youth because I was working with youth at my prior job, and I hadn't worked with youth in a few years. And then my cousin, Tashar, shout out to Tashar, she just got married, a lot of stuff. But anyway, she is the youth advisory. And she's been in the NAACP, so she was a youth. I was in and out of it, but our grandfather started the first chapter of NAACP in Okaloosa County.
Okay,
He was with him and a couple more gentlemen. But so shout out to Mr. Nathaniel Harris. He's no longer with us, but rest in peace. So we kind of like walking in his legacy. So I was like, if I'm gonna help anywhere, I've learned to stay in my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
And that's my wheelhouse. Like, I got a passion for them. I could do that in my sleep, right? Yeah. So, and that's work with all age groups, and we're working with Real Women Radio Foundation has enlightened me on a lot of civic engagement type stuff, because I didn't like politics. I still don't like politics, but there's certain parts that I found that I like and that I could stick to, like teaching voter education, things like that. Right. And so it was put on my level. Okay. In layman's terms. So now I want to give it to the kids in layman's terms and break it down for them so that they're not afraid of it or shy away from it like I did. So we work with them with civic engagement, getting them ready for college, things like that, exposing them to college and careers and just thinking outside the box. And that's what I love about working with youth. You can turn the light bulb on. I just love it.
You are doing something so positive when it comes to the youth. We were just talking about on the radio show how that we as the adults, what are we giving these children? What are we feeding them? It's so much negative going on now. There's so many children that are not they don't know how to vote. They're not stunting voting. They're not caring about politics. They're just about, social media. They're about partying and all of that. But we, as the adults, we have to bring the children up the way that they should go, because they are the next generation that's going to be leading this country in this world. So what are we doing? What part are we playing to make sure that they are the next leaders of,
because they're gonna be taking care of us.
Exactly. So we gotta feed into them the things that they need, so that we can get the things that we want.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Somebody put it really well, or I seen it on the shirt, and they said, "I'm want to be for them the person I needed when I was their age. And so that's what I'm saying. Like if I needed something broken down to me, even as an adult, I'm going to put it on their level. I would say if you want to work with youth or you think you don't or can't or afraid to work with youth because they are different. There's different areas you can do. You might not even have to touch or talk to, but you can come speak as a guest speaker somewhere. You can give knowledge like in all kinds of ways, and then like meet the kids where they are. So like you said, they're into social media, so then we get them to post about civic things on social media. We make them feel like, oh God, you're good at this, can you help me do this? And then partying. Hey, Real Women Radio Foundation, when we started doing voter registration, we was throwing parties to do voter registration. So when they see another side of something, it's like, oh, okay, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. So that's what I always tell them.
Okay.
It's the approach.
Yes.
We always gotta be fussing and
right.
Sometimes they need to be fussed at, but
sometimes. But like you say, you gotta meet them where they are, because once they get of a certain age, you have to learn how to communicate with them because you just yelling and screaming and doing all of that. By the time they get to a certain age, they hear they don't hear none of that. So we have to learn how to talk to the youth, how to not get on their level, but like you said, meet them where they are.
And start from there,
Right.
Because gone are the days of because I said so. It's like, why? And it's like, because I said so.
But that's the thing when it comes to, and I'm glad you brought that up, because the soft parenting thing, they say our generation soft parent. That's called soft parenting. That's not called soft parenting. What they say, how we raise our children. It just, we're considering our children. We're considering their feelings because their feelings matter. Because when we were their age, like you said, it was because I said so. But if you explain it to me, maybe I can get a better understanding.
And I'll learn
then I'll learn it instead of just hearing because I said so, because I'm gonna keep doing it because I don't know why. And it goes from the schoolhouse to the workplace, and so we're the first line of education. So, Okay. So now so what are some of the biggest issues you're passionate about right now outside of the youth?
Outside of the youth, oh God, young adults and adults. I'm passionate about our Black men. Like I want to start more praising, affirming, affirmations, events centered around them. Because I raised two boys. I raised two boys, raising two boys still 28 and 25. And so sometimes they'll say something, and I'm like, I didn't teach you that? Like, you didn't know that? Oh, you didn't know? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Or, we've having conversations now, and he's like, Mom, I used to become scared to talk to you. And I'm like, why? I'm the coolest mama ever. But it's like they still got that respect and that parenting authority. And it's like, but I'm cool, but they know I ain't that cool. Don't come crazy.
Yeah, don't cross the line.
So I want to mold them too. I want to focus on some programs because I worked with for years the youth in the DJJ, the juvenile justice system, and it was all male. So just talking to them and listening to them, thinking things that they should know about life skills, things like that, basic skills they didn't know, life skills, even relationships. It's just we need more programs to center around our Black youth men.
Yes.
Males.
I'm a boy mom.
See?
I'm a boy mom. And listen, I don't think that it's women. I'm not going to say women don't understand, but we don't in some ways.
You don't know what you don't know.
We don't. Our boys feel something totally different than what we feel. Even with the absent father, a girl can have an absent father, and it still plays a major role in her life. It definitely do, because I had an absent dad.
I had an absent dad too,
and it played a big role.
Yeah.
But also, I see how it plays a role in the males' lives. And having to be raised by women. So that's why I love that, because there's so much negativity going around Black men now. Even the more. And for me, it puts me in a spot to where I go into protect mode when it comes to the Black man. Like you said, I have he'll be 22 in less than 2 weeks. Less than a week.
Mine 25, 28.
22, but then we also have a son that has autism, a
I
black,
have a nephew.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my nephew.
And so for me, those programs would be it's so needed when it comes to our black males, because they don't have the real male role model that they need to be the men, to become the men that they need to be. Some of our black men don't learn what it is to love or to know how to care for a woman until years and years down the line, because they haven't had
to go through those relationships.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
I see it trying to date. So I see it. So so that's what made me go back to my sons and be like, did I give you that? Because I was working.
Yeah.
Me and their father got divorced when they were about 15 and 17. So I went to working like two jobs and just trying to make. So I was like, did I not pay enough attention? They're not doing nothing wrong. But when I go out here in this dating world and I see them men at my age still hurt.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I want to talk to them, my sons now, just
right.
So I feel like all ages, they need it.
They do. Listen, when you come up with that program, let me know, okay?
I had one time.
Okay, talk to me now. Talk to me. Okay, so what does real change in the community look like to you?
People working together, because there's a lot of organizations, even when you're trying to help and make change, they're still butting heads and recreating the wheel. And it's like, if we all get on the same wheel, let Jesus take the wheel.
Yeah.
But like working together, seeing growth economically, seeing black owned businesses thrive and not, open and shut down, because we're working together, like the stone soup method. If you ain't got this, I got this week, you got that next week. Not competition, but collaboration.
Yes. I agree with you on that. More togetherness, more wanting to help each other out and not look for anything in return. I think
I
want to
see our health go up too. I want to see more healthy us.
Yes.
Working in I've been taking part-time work in healthcare, just sitting with different people and just seeing the ailments that they have now that you can avoid. Most of them are preventable. They say multitasking causes early dementia. So I'm like, what? Just educating ourselves. So seeing people educated and thriving, health-wise, financially, spiritually, mentally.
Yeah. Once we can really sit down and mentally gather, and be able to heal and inside
receive,
out, and you've got to receive it, but there has to be. There's so many methods on how to be able to do that, but people have to want that help, and there's so many people that shun away from getting that help, and it's like, come on,
or feel convicted and look at it as judgment. Right. It's not judgment.
And that's not. It's actually you looking at yourself, convicting you, because the fight isn't with nobody else but yourself. So
we'll get there.
Right, we will definitely get there. God, we're gonna continue to pray on that one.
That's changing.
It is. Okay, so since you are involved in a lot of community projects, right, why is giving back so important to you?
I think because if I'm gonna live here or I'm gonna live in this space, I have no right to complain. I can't. Mine really came from not being able to contribute financially like I would want to at this time yet. So if I can give you money, I can give you labor and time and thoughts and ideas. And then I think about my grandkids that are to come. I don't have yet. What's the world gonna look like when they grow up in it? And then, like I said, I don't like to live nowhere where it's boring. So I'm on the Mayor's Advisory Council in Crestview, because Crestview don't have no activities going on. So I want to, try to help with the entertainment, and then, I found that with all these organizations and all this volunteering, the thing to do is to have somebody younger under you that you teaching it to, so that they can come up and take your spot. Some organizations back in the day or today will hold on tight to their positions, no matter the age, as older as they get, and don't want to let go, change, share knowledge. Just be like, oh, you think you grown, you got it, and just watch us fail. You know what I'm saying? Versus, let me show you how this is done now. So when I can't, you will.
Right. Yeah. And times is definitely harder. So to me, if you already there, what's so hard about lending a helping hand to the next person so that they can get to where you are? I mean, that's the whole reason that we're here on this earth, is to help each other out and not feel like, oh, if they don't get it, they got to get it how I got it. Well, hold on, you went through that so that you can help somebody so they don't have to go through that stage. You know,
I want you to tell me so I have to work harder.
Yeah, and if I do work harder, guess what? That's on me, because I didn't take me. Your job is to give me what I need and then keep it moving. It's my job to put it in action.
Yep.
So, well, Quanda QLaLa, look, we are about to wrap it up soon, but I do have some questions for you though. These are some kind of like a would you rather questions, a little girl, sister girl, girl to girl thing. Okay. The first one is, would you rather be the boss in the room or the one everybody listens to quietly?
Everybody listens quietly, but they ain't gotta listen. But I don't have to be. I don't have to be the boss. Let's say that. So I guess the one that everybody listens to quietly.
Okay, for me, I would pick that one myself, because I don't like to. Not to say I'll be out in the forefront. I'm cool with that, but if I had to choose, sometimes I kind of stay in the background. I'll be quiet. Yeah, that's just me. Like you said, y'all said I was just I guess so. No, it wasn't that. It's just being in the forefront was kind of always scary for me. You know what I'm saying? But I could still be the boss from the back.
Yes. So that's leadership.
I'm the boss.
People don't understand that. They see in the front and it's in the back. And it's in the middle.
So I could do that. Okay. Next question. Would you rather dress up would you rather dress up and go out or stay comfortable and chill?
Girl. Oh, God. So, so percentage wise, probably stay home and chill, or I'm gonna dress comfortable and go chill wherever we at. But yeah, right, because my wardrobe has changed. It's like I'm a dressy tomboy now. So
okay, because you want to be comfortable.
Yes. So if I can be out, I can be comfortable, cool. But if I can't be comfortable while I'm out, then I'm gonna stay home and be comfortable.
True that. Because I used to, I wear heels still, but every time I stepped out the door, I had on me some heels. But now, my shoe games are flat.
Yeah. Right? Mine is tennis shoes, so some Chucks, flats, and some,
I'm good to go. So I feel you on that. I'm a chill. If I go out, I go out. I don't have to.
Yeah, I'm more chilliness. I'll party at the house.
Right. Okay. All right, another question. Would you rather sleep in or get up early and be productive?
Because I'm productive at night. Late night, I'm productive. Like, I don't start getting productive till like 8 o'clock. And then I'll be like,
in the evening?
Till like 1 o'clock in the morning.
See, but everybody is different. So I get that. Baby, by that time, I'm ready. Sleep? I'm yawning. I may not be asleep, but I'm yawning. I'm rubbing my eyes.
10. I'm getting up at 9 a.m. or 10 if I don't have to be anywhere. But yeah, I'm not. Even if I get up early, it's gonna take me a minute to warm up.
I just feel like my day is wasted with them times.
Yeah. I tried it one time. I tried to get up early one time. I got up at like 6, and it was more productive. It was quiet, but it still take me an hour to get
yourself together. Yeah. Okay, I get it.
Definitely not talking until 12. So yeah.
Dog, you ain't coming out the door. Okay. I'm gonna do one more. Okay. Would you rather be known for your strength or your kindness?
My kindness.
Yeah.
Strength gets you in trouble, boy.
It does.
Ooh,
strength gets you in trouble when people don't know how to take it. they be all in their feelings. I feel you on that one.
Or they just want you to do everything. Because they you strong, you can handle it. No,
let me call such. Yeah, I get you. I'm with that too. Yeah. Okay. So now we got to wrap it up.
Okay.
I got one more question for you. Okay.
It's usually the hardest one, y'all.
No, it's not. Okay, so with your legacy, because your granddad already created it and you took it on, and now you're creating even the more with the legacy. So with that being said, what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind for your children and grandchildren and future generations?
I used to think legacy was just about financial or property or businesses, but the legacy I want to leave is just like doing for others, being kind, giving back to the community, getting to know your people. Like I'm like be intentional about getting to know, because I wish I would have sat more with my grandfather, because he was an artist as well, and he had a billboard company. He was he was the first black billboard company in Oakland County. He used to hand paint the signs. And I was like, well, that's what I get my creativity for. I can't draw. I'll leave that to Stoney.
Right.
But I can, I have visual creativity, right?
Right.
So, and just things I'm finding out now that I didn't know about my grandparents, or I had an aunt that passed this year, or uncle that passed a couple years ago. And I was like, oh, I didn't know they did that, until you get to the service. And it's like, that's not cool.
Right.
So I would say legacy would be like just knowing your people, spending time with them, giving back. It don't always have to be financially, and being kind to others, and live your passion. Do what you want to do. Do the most. Do the most.
Do the most with QLaLa.
Yeah.
I like that. That's one of the, to me, the best legacies that you can ever leave behind, is just creating those memories and times with families and loved ones, and not just them, but creating time with the community and things like that. Like you said, it doesn't have to be financially, but it can be with your time.
Yeah, leave a feeling behind.
Yes,
you know,
like
you
I
make
remember
somebody feel
years
good.
to come. You remember such and such. That's when such and such get put up in history, and you read about them.
Yep.
So that's exactly what you are creating.
Yep.
You have created and continuously creating legacy and making history, not just in Fort Walton or Crestview, but you're making it here in Pensacola.
I didn't even think about it.
Okay,
I mean,
you are. People know you in Pensacola. You're making noise, and so with that, I want to say thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing your story, your journey, and giving us an insight on who QLaLa is. Okay,
you're welcome.
So thank you for everyone that is listening out there. Please, if you continue to support others, be a part of the community, show your support, and like she said, create that legacy of family, of community, and of love. And thank you so much for watching Women Creating Legacy and Making History in Pensacola, Florida, on the Two Tears in a Bucket Show podcast. We will see you next time. Be out.